Do you ever feel a quiet ache, a subtle weight, or a sense of unfinished business that just seems to linger? No matter how much you try to push it aside, it's a feeling many of us become familiar with as we move through our 60s and beyond. Life has given us so much experience, so many memories, but sometimes it also leaves us with invisible burdens we've unconsciously carried for decades. These burdens, often emotional or mental, can slowly but surely chip away at our joy, diminish our energy, and even, surprisingly, impact our physical health and the length of our days. What if I told you that the path to a truly happier, longer, and more fulfilling life isn't about adding more to your plate, but rather about gracefully letting go of specific things that no longer serve you? It might sound counterintuitive, especially after a lifetime of accumulation. But sometimes, subtraction is the greatest addition of all. In this video, we're going to explore 4 specific things you absolutely should consider letting go of after 65. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're deeply ingrained patterns that, once released, can unlock incredible peace and vitality. So, settle in, open your mind, and make sure you stay with me until the very end, because there's one insight that could truly transform your perspective and set you free. Let's dive right into the first thing that often weighs us down without us even realizing it: the relentless burden of what-ifs and past regrets. We've all been there, haven't we? Lying awake at night, replaying a conversation, a decision, or an opportunity that now, in hindsight, feels like a monumental mistake or a path not taken. Perhaps it's a career choice you wish you'd made differently, a word left unsaid to a loved one, or a financial decision that didn't pan out as hoped. For some, it might be a relationship that ended poorly, or a missed chance to pursue a lifelong dream. These what-ifs aren't just fleeting thoughts. They can become deeply etched grooves in our minds, constantly pulling us back into the past. We dwell on them. We dissect them. We even punish ourselves for them. This constant mental looping, this internal critique of bygone days, is incredibly draining. It steals our precious present moments, moments that could be filled with joy, connection, or quiet contentment. Think about it: every minute you spend replaying a past regret is a minute lost from enjoying a beautiful sunset, sharing a laugh with a grandchild, or savoring a simple cup of tea. It's like carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks from every single misstep or perceived failing of your entire life. That backpack gets heavier and heavier, making every step forward feel like a monumental effort. And what does this constant rumination do to our bodies? It floods us with stress hormones, keeping our nervous system on high alert. This chronic stress is a known contributor to a host of physical ailments, from sleep disturbances and digestive issues to heart problems and accelerated aging. Letting go of past regrets doesn't mean forgetting them or absolving yourself of responsibility. It means acknowledging them, understanding that you did the best you could with the information and wisdom you had at the time, and then consciously choosing to release their emotional grip. It's about forgiving yourself and understanding that the past, no matter how painful, is a teacher, not a prison sentence. A wonderful way to begin this process is through conscious acceptance. Simply acknowledge the thought when it arises without judgment. Then, gently redirect your focus to something you can appreciate in the present moment: the warmth of the sun, the sound of birds outside, the comfort of your home. You might even find it helpful to journal about these regrets, getting them out of your head and onto paper, then literally or metaphorically letting them go by tearing up the page or safely burning it. It's a symbolic act of release. One inspiring person I knew, an 80-year-old named Margaret, used to carry deep regret about not pursuing her dream of becoming an artist when she was younger. She'd always told herself she wasn't good enough. In her late 60s, she decided to finally take a painting class. She said the moment she picked up that brush, she realized she wasn't just painting on canvas. She was painting over decades of what ifs. It didn't erase the past, but it shifted her focus, filling her days with newfound purpose and vibrant color. She often told me, "I spent too long looking at the rearview mirror. Now, I'm just enjoying the view out the windshield." Now that we've talked about releasing the heavy weight of the past, let's talk about another invisible burden many of us carry, often unconsciously, the relentless need to please everyone. Oh, this one is a silent energy drainer, isn't it? For many of us, especially women of our generation, we were raised in an era where pleasing others, particularly family, friends, and community, was often seen as a virtue, a measure of our worth. We learned to say yes even when our inner voice was screaming no. We've gone to events we didn't want to attend, taken on responsibilities that stretched us thin, and agreed to requests that left us feeling depleted and resentful. Maybe you're the one always volunteering for the bake sale, even when your arthritis is flaring up, or you offer to host every family gathering, even though it exhausts you for days afterwards. Perhaps you find yourself unable to say no to requests from neighbors or friends, even when it means sacrificing your own quiet time or personal plans. This constant drive to gain approval or avoid disapproval from others is utterly exhausting. It forces us to live our lives based on external expectations rather than our own true desires and needs. We become chameleons, constantly adapting to what we perceive others want from us, losing touch with our authentic selves in the process. And the consequences: burnout, resentment, chronic stress, and a profound sense of not truly being seen or understood. Living this way doesn't just impact our emotional well-being, it has physical repercussions too. The constant internal conflict, the suppression of our true feelings, the lack of boundaries, it all contributes to heightened stress levels, which, as we discussed, can compromise our immune system, disrupt sleep, and elevate our risk for various age-related health issues. Imagine carrying a basket, and every time someone asks you for something, you add another pebble. Soon, that basket is overflowing, and you can barely lift it. The act of saying no, or simply setting a boundary, is like taking a handful of those pebbles out. It lightens your load. Quite literally. Learning to set healthy boundaries is a gift you give yourself at this stage of life. It's not selfish, it's self-preservation. It means understanding that your time, your energy, and your peace are valuable resources that deserve to be protected. Start small. Practice saying, "Let me think about that and get back to you," instead of an immediate yes, or "I'd love to help, but my schedule is a bit full right now." You might be surprised to find that the people who truly care about you will understand and respect your boundaries. They want you to be well and happy, not constantly exhausted trying to please them. My friend Evelyn, at 72, finally started saying no to social engagements she dreaded. She told me, "I used to feel guilty, but now I realize my real friends appreciate that I'm being honest, and I have more energy for the people and things I truly enjoy." Letting go of the need to please everyone allows you to reclaim your time, your energy, and your authentic self, paving the way for a more peaceful and genuinely fulfilling life. Moving on to our third area of liberation, one that can truly unlock incredible potential in your later years: the outdated belief that your best years are behind you. How many times have we heard this? Or even said it ourselves? "Oh, I'm too old for that." Or, "Those days are over." Or, "I used to be able to do that." This mindset, while seemingly harmless, is actually a powerful self-limiting prophecy. It tells us that our capacity for joy, learning, adventure, and growth diminishes with each passing year. It tricks us into believing that life becomes a slow winding down, rather than a vibrant continuation. This belief isn't just about physical limitations, it's about mental and emotional ones. It stops us from trying new things, from pursuing long-dormant interests, from connecting with new people, and from simply embracing the richness that each new day brings. Think of how many incredible stories you've heard of people starting new careers in their 70s, learning a new language in their 80s, or even running marathons in their 90s. These individuals aren't exceptions. They're proof that the human spirit, when unburdened by limiting beliefs, is capable of amazing things at any age. When we cling to the idea that our best years are in the past, we effectively close the door on future possibilities. We stop exploring, we stop dreaming, and we unknowingly contribute to mental and physical stagnation. Our brains thrive on novelty and continuous learning. Our bodies benefit from purposeful movement and engagement. When we tell ourselves, "I'm too old," we deny ourselves these vital ingredients for a long, vibrant life. This mindset can lead to a lack of purpose, increased isolation, and a feeling of being stuck, which can certainly contribute to a decline in both mental and physical health. It's like saying the book is finished when you've only read half the chapters. You'd miss all the exciting plot twists, character developments, and surprising revelations waiting for you in the second half. Releasing this belief means embracing the concept of lifelong growth and curiosity. It means acknowledging that while some things might change, new doors open, new strengths emerge, and new forms of happiness become available. How do you do this? Start by consciously challenging those "I'm too old" thoughts. When one pops up, ask yourself, is that really true? Or is it just a story I've been telling myself? Then, replace it with a positive affirmation, like, "I am capable of learning and growing at any age," or "Every day is an opportunity for new experiences." Seek out new interests, a new craft, a book club, a walking group, or even online courses. Learning something new, no matter how small, lights up your brain and reminds you of your incredible capacity. My friend Robert, a retired teacher, always believed his learning days were over, but after a gentle nudge from his daughter, he started taking online history lectures from a local university. He was absolutely fascinated and told me how much sharper and more alive he felt. He even began volunteering as a docent at a historical museum. Sharing his newfound knowledge, he redefined his best years not by what he used to do, but by what he was still capable of becoming. This shift in perspective is truly empowering. It keeps your mind agile, your spirit engaged, and your life full of purpose, all of which are powerful ingredients for a happier and longer existence. Now, let's talk about the fourth and final thing that often holds us back from true contentment after 65. The draining habit of constant comparison to others. In today's world, with social media at our fingertips, it's easier than ever to fall into this trap. We see snippets of other people's lives, their travels, their retirement activities, their perfectly manicured gardens, their seemingly vibrant social lives, and we unwittingly begin to measure our own against them. Why aren't I traveling as much as they are? My house isn't as nice as hers. My grandkids don't visit as often. It's an insidious habit that quietly steals our joy and replaces it with feelings of inadequacy, envy, or even resentment. For generations, people have always compared themselves to their neighbors or peers. But the digital age has amplified this to an unprecedented degree. We're constantly bombarded with curated highlight reels, leading us to believe that everyone else's life is perfect and effortlessly fulfilling, while ours, with its inevitable bumps and imperfections, falls short. This constant comparison is a thief of contentment. It prevents us from appreciating the unique blessings and beauty in our own lives, because we're always looking over the fence at someone else's greener grass. It fuels a cycle of dissatisfaction, always striving for something external, rather than finding peace within. And just like the other burdens we've discussed, chronic comparison is a significant stressor. It leads to anxiety, low self-esteem, and can even contribute to depressive feelings. These emotional states have clear physical manifestations. impacting everything from sleep quality to immune function. When we are constantly measuring ourselves against others, we are essentially saying that our worth is dependent on how we stack up, rather than inherent and unconditional. It's like trying to navigate your own unique journey while constantly looking at someone else's map. You'll never get to your own destination that way. To let go of this burden, the first step is awareness. Catch yourself when you start to compare. Notice the feeling that arises. Is it envy, sadness, frustration? Then, consciously pivot. Shift your focus back to your own blessings, your own unique path, and your own progress. Practice gratitude for what you do have, for the simple joys that fill your day. It could be the warmth of your morning coffee, a kind word from a friend, the comfort of your home, or simply the ability to wake up and experience another day. Consider limiting your exposure to triggers, especially if certain social media feeds consistently leave you feeling less than. Remember that what you see online, or even in casual conversation, is rarely the full picture. Everyone, no matter how seemingly perfect their life appears, carries their own set of challenges, struggles, and quiet battles. They are on their unique journey, and you are on yours. Your worth is not determined by external measures, but by your kindness, your resilience, your wisdom, and the unique light you bring to the world. A beautiful example of this shift is my friend Clara, who used to spend hours scrolling through social media, feeling inadequate about her modest retirement. One day, she decided to stop. Instead, she started a small community garden project, connecting with neighbors and finding immense joy in nurturing life and sharing harvests. She discovered that true contentment came not from observing others' lives, but from actively cultivating her own. Letting go of comparison frees up immense mental and emotional space. It allows you to celebrate your own journey, appreciate your own unique gifts, and find deep, authentic contentment in the life you are living. Right here, right now. We've journeyed through the idea of releasing the heavy grip of past regrets, freeing ourselves from the endless need to please, shedding the outdated belief that our vibrant years are behind us, and stepping away from the draining trap of constant comparison. Each of these burdens, when carried, can silently diminish our joy and vitality. But by consciously choosing to let them go, we create immense space for peace, happiness, and a truly fulfilling existence in our later years. Imagine your life as a magnificent home. Over the decades, you've filled it with furniture, memories, and cherished possessions. But sometimes, alongside the treasured items, we accumulate clutter, things that no longer serve us, taking up valuable space and making the home feel less inviting. The 4 things we've discussed today are like that emotional clutter. Clearing them out isn't about discarding valuable parts of your life, but about making room for more light, more freedom, and more genuine connection with yourself and the world around you. Remember, this isn't about perfection or making radical overnight changes. It's about awareness, intention, and taking small, consistent steps. Each small step you take to release these burdens is a monumental leap towards a life filled with more joy, more peace, and indeed, more healthy years. It's about creating an internal environment where you can truly flourish. Your 60s and beyond are not a time for winding down and shrinking your world. They are a golden opportunity for expansion, for deepening your wisdom, and for living with a profound sense of authenticity and contentment that only comes with age and experience. Embrace this beautiful chapter with open arms and a lighter heart. I truly hope this conversation has resonated with you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these 4 things resonates most with your journey? What have you found joy in letting go of as you've moved past? 65. Your insights could be incredibly helpful and inspiring to others in our community. Please share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. I read every one. If this video brought you some clarity, a sense of peace, or a flicker of new possibility, Please give it a thumbs up. Your support truly helps us reach more people who can benefit from these conversations. And if you want more insights and encouragement to live your happiest, healthiest life, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Remember, the journey of life doesn't diminish with age. It deepens. It becomes richer, more nuanced, and full of incredible opportunities for growth, joy, and profound contentment. You have the wisdom, the experience, and the incredible power to shape your best years right now. Embrace this beautiful chapter. Shed what no longer serves you, and truly live your best life at every age.